Hi everyone, Cheryl here. Today is the 10th of December 2022 and this will be my final video of this year. Welcome back. I've got just one project to show you in this segment. However, before I move on to that, I will insert two I think projects that I've previously done, and then I will come back. Hi, this segment has been recorded on Friday the 14th of October 2022. I've got two of these lacy vest tops, and I'm saying that in quotation marks because the lace has been taken out of it, by Marianna Lazy Dizzy Days. I finished this one. Actually, this was the second one I finished up with what I'm about to show you. And as you can see, it looks very similar to the one in video 22.2. Just let that drop on the floor, there we go. Okay, there we go. So the green yarn at the top and the bottom is Starcraft Special DK, and this yarn in the middle, the rainbow yarn, is Ice Yarns. It's a DK weight. So I've used all of that now, which is excellent. And this top I finished first. Oh my goodness, I've just left the label upstairs. It has the word crystal in it. It's an Aran weight yarn. There we go. An Aran weight yarn. I'm going to insert around about here what yarn it is exactly. Oh my goodness. I've got the word crystal or something in my mind. Or jewel or crystal. It will come to me. But I've got the yarn label. I will make sure to put it in the completed video so you know what it is. But it's an Aran weight yarn and it's actually quite nice. Well, it's worked up nice, as you can see. It's worked up very beautifully. And I can tell this yarn will actually make nice hats and scarves. And I got that one from Dunelm. It's a home store. It does like, what does it do? You can get like crockery, and you can get bedding. Can you get bedding? You can get curtains. You can get fabrics. You can get a little bit of yarn. Is there DIY stuff there? I can't remember. Well, if there is, I didn't look at the DIY stuff. But it's called Dunelm and it's in the UK. And it's a very nice yarn to work with, nice and soft. Definitely one for the winter. Hi everyone. This segment has been recorded on Friday the 18th of November and it's the evening. Hence the reason why the curtains are shut. And hence the reason why I'm able to record, because during the day is not happening. Alright, just this segment, I just thought I'd let you know. As you can see, this is different space again. This is my craft room to be. It's not quite there, but it's almost there. I don't know if you can tell that the colour of the wall, can you really see the colour of the wall? I'll tell you what, move you around there. Can you see the colour? Alright, the colour of the wall has changed. It's something I've picked. I wanted something more towards the like a violet-y colour, because the carpet's blue and I didn't see any point in changing a perfectly decent carpet. So I just thought I'd go further on the colour wheel towards the red, and we've got like a violet, so that's fine. What I wanted to show you for this segment was a completed hat. Yes, another one. But you haven't seen this one. It's really pretty. And look at the back of that. Now we're made with that with the Marianna yarn like I did last time. It was the Aran weight yarn, which I found out that a 4.5mm needle is better for this yarn rather than a 5mm needle. Unfortunately, doing that has made this hat a bit smaller than it probably otherwise would have been, because in the pattern, and I'll tell you what pattern it is, it's the Travelling Lines hat by Yarnspirations, and in that pattern they use Caron Simply Soft with a 5mm needle, and they cast on 100 stitches, which increased after the rib to 120 stitches. Now that's ended up, while it fits him, he's actually quite small, he's not a normal sized man's head, but it feels a little tight. Like when I've put it on, I thought, just a little bit. Mate, it's fine for a smaller person's head, absolutely fine. But I thought, I wonder if I can change the pattern so I can make it for a larger person's head. Let's see what I can do. But since all this is in multiples of 8, this part, I took work back over. So if you're wanting to make this hat slightly bigger and you're using 4.5mm needles instead of 5, you may want to know. I won't know this for a fact until I've done it. I've only just got past the rib and I've started the pattern. But I cast on 112 stitches and I increased to 128 stitches. So how they want you to increase normally, the actual number between each make one is changed slightly. And I will put it all in the description box so you can see, and if you were to ever do it, that's at least you know what you can do. But at this moment in time, as of this video, I don't know if that will work. I've got onto the pattern so far and the pattern is working. That's all I can say. And it might be okay, but we'll see. But that is the pattern and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I like to always do 2 of the hats. Whatever I make, any new hat pattern I like to try, I like to do another one, see what it's like. Anyway, that's all right for this. This is it for this segment. So I'm going to leave it here. And my final segment, I will show you the next finished Lacy. It's Unlacy vest top by Marianna Lazy Dizzy Days. The one for, I think they're going to Ghana. I think I found out they're going to Ghana. That's it. So I found Gambia. Sorry, not Ghana. Gambia. I knew it began with a G. Okay, Gambia. They're going to Gambia. And I've nearly finished that. I've just done the back. Yes, and I'm about to start on the front. Oh, which way round is it? Hang on. I've finished the... It's because I do it in the round, you see, and the pattern's not in the round. But I've just done the... Let me check. I've done the front. I'm going to do the back next. That's it. I've rejoined the yarn and I'm starting on the back. It won't take too long at all. Right. So that's it for this segment, and I will see you again for the next segment, which will be the whole video, and I'll piece them together and it won't look so strange, I don't think. Hi everyone, welcome back. The first project I would like to talk about, I can't physically show you because it's gone off to the recipient, however I do have a photo, and that is, let me see what it's called. It's called the Joyce Hat and it was by Crafter Geek. And the Joyce Hat is, if you watch Stranger Things, then in the final season, the latest season, Joyce, the character Joyce, was wearing a hat. And I wondered if there was a pattern, and I found one by Crafter Geek. And I finished that on the 6th of December, and I also put a pom-pom on it. But it's one of those removable pom-poms. It's on the elastic, and all you need is inside one of those pom-pom buttons to loop the elastic around. And that seemed to help. But anyway, the recipient has the option of removing that pom-pom if they so wish, or they remove it when they wash the hat. The only thing was about that yarn, I used Cascade 220, and the yarn that was in the pattern was Krempe, K-R-E-M-K-E, Krempe recycled wool. And I did actually order some, but it didn't come on time. So I used Cascade 220, which was fine, except 5mm needles. I've knitted enough hats with Cascade 220 to know that 5mm needles are too... It makes it loose, which is fine. I mean, the hat certainly looks good, but it's not looking how I would have wanted it to look. So I changed... I'm going to change it on the next one I'm making. But for this one, it was 5mm needles. Also, I noticed about that pattern, if you're ever going to do the Joyce pattern, or you've already done it, the crown decreases are too short. There's not many of them, and it ends too soon, because I was thinking, okay, it wants you to do another pattern repeat, but for 2 rows. I thought, really? That doesn't look very big. Please excuse that interruption, I've just had a coughing fit, and so it looks like I've been crying. I haven't, I've just been coughing. Anyway, it seemed too short, and even when I completed it, I thought, I put it on my own head. It was like up here. No, there's something wrong here. I don't like those crown decreases, so I frogged it back. Luckily I hadn't sewn it in or anything. I frogged it back to just before the crown decreases, and I just made my own with a much longer crown decrease with resting rows in between. It was the only thing that worked, but I will insert a photo and you can see how beautiful the hat ended up. I'm knitting another one with the actual yarn from the pattern, and of course I've started the brim in 4mm needles, and I will be doing the body in 4.5mm needles. We'll see how that turns out. Please excuse me, it was that from the coughing fit. My next thing to show you is another one of those vest tops that are going to Gambia, and there it is. So that's one completed. Let me stand back a bit. Now this was made with King Cole Super Ball 200 grams. The idea was to make two. Well, I can make two, but the second one's not going to be the same size. This one is the largest size. No, not quite the largest size, because I did it 4mm needles, not 4.5. It's the next size down, because that took 105 grams and I've got 95 grams left. So I'm just going down an item size, and I'm going to finish that. And that yarn, beautiful, isn't it? It came from one of our knit and natter friends. When she first started coming, she came with her neighbour, who came for a few months and stopped. Well, unfortunately now she's in a care home, and her son was going through her house because they're selling the house. And he gave our knit and natter friend all of his mother's knitting things, and so I picked a couple of baby patterns with cardigans, and when I knit them up, they're going to go for donation. And I also picked that yarn, which was a 200 gram ball. I thought I could make a couple of those vest tops with it. So it's like a joint donation, one from our former knit and natter friend with the yarn, and my knitting, and we've both donated then in that way, so that's nice. Anyway, you see I'm in a different location again. I have been here before, just different orientation. It's my soon-to-be craft room, which I'll probably move into in March. Well, it depends when the work is done downstairs, because we don't know what the electrician needs to do up here to do with downstairs. He might tear up all the carpets or something, like the edges of the carpets, because he needs to do wiring and stuff. But my husband's currently building my bookcase, which you're propped on right now, and I could take you off and show you actually. It's not got the back on it yet. It needs sanding first, and it'll get the back on it, but that's only one half of it. I can show you. The rest of it's there. If I turn you around, there's the bookshelf, and those at the bottom, they're big enough for those IKEA boxes, which I've got in my other craft room, well, the guest bedroom. It's that size that will slot into there. Now you think, okay, there's two there. Let's do that so I can see. Right, that's it. So there's two there and two there, and then there's a huge gap. So I may be able to fit another two there, but this one, right, it's gonna, the other bookshelf is gonna go here, and it's gonna interlink. Like, see my two fingers there? It's going to interlink like that at various points. Every alternate point it'll be interlinking, slotting in there. So part of that at the bottom will be obscured on one side, but obscured on the other side, if that makes sense. And my husband, he designed this himself, the bookshelf. We found a bookshelf on the internet that we liked the idea. I had an idea of what I wanted, and he said, okay. And he went away and looked at some bookshelves. He came up with 3 ideas, and I went, actually, in the corner one, I said, I like that one better. And it was just a basic white bookshelf interlinking like that at the corners from Wayfair. I think it's Wayfair, something like that. So it was built from that idea, and he designed this on the software because I said I want it like, can you see that? This is one he built many, many years ago. Very raw. I'm going to say raw because it wasn't designed on software. But I liked at the top where it went smaller and it staggered like that. But I like the bigger shelves at the bottom. So this has basically done that. Big shelves at the bottom and it's staggered at the top. And the other one is going to be pretty much the same. The one on that side. And then it'll interlink. It's massive. So that should get all my yarn from under the bed, in the other room, in drawers and in the wardrobe, and it should get from, and not just yarn, just bits. It should get all of that out of there, so that can become a proper guest bedroom again. And my son and daughter-in-law can stay there. So that'll be fun. Anyway, I think I'm going to go now because I'm going to start coughing again and I need a drink of water. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, a really good holiday if you don't celebrate Christmas, a good rest and everything like that. Alright, take care everyone. Bye.